Oh shit, Tomorrowland dropped their lineup. Let's check it out. What in the hell? I'm gonna go blind trying to read this. No, but all jokes aside, fam, Tomorrowland has officially dropped their lineup for 2023. So in today's video, I'm gonna help you guys make sense of it, as well as give some artist recommendations and talk a little bit about the stage takeovers. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma Kapotes. I'm a content creator in the dance music and festival space with over 12 years of raving under my belt. Tomorrowland has been a bucket list festival for me for years. Unfortunately, I will not be going this year. However, I do hope to make it next year in 2024. In part one of this series, I did a full stage breakdown. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the stage designs and what they look like, definitely check that out. But today in part two, we are going to be diving into the lineup. So disclaimer, there are obviously too many artists to name and go over all of them. So if I do not mention your favorite artist, I apologize, guys. Help each other out in the comments and leave some recommendations. Do not come for me if I do not touch on a name that you love. I am going to be sharing some information on some of the stage takeovers. So if you guys know what genre you like, hopefully this video will help you figure out who to add to your must-see list. With all that being said, let's dive straight in. I'm going to go to the lineup on the website and I'm going to screen record here so you can see everything, but we are going to go over some of the most notable acts and things that I would be excited to see. Okay, so starting from the top, one thing I want to take note of is the stage design. So I personally would also base my decisions on the stages that I like the most. So for me, that is obviously main stage, Freedom, Atmosphere, Core, Crystal Garden, Rose Garden. Like those are all stages that I very much like the designs of. So I would probably spend a lot of time there, but I'm going to highlight the Freedom stage. Eric Prydz is presenting his Hollow show. He is my favorite artist. It's an insane visual experience. You guys absolutely cannot miss that. I would also recommend Mathame and Medusa on that stage. If you guys are into more on the hard dance side and hard style, Sub-Zero Project is doing a takeover, a psychedelic takeover at the Euphoria stage. So that's going to be your stage if you guys are into that kind of music. I also want to point out the Rise stage. This is a lot of house, deep house. You've got Nora En Pure and Marsh, two incredible artists. Frankie Waz, amazing as well. So if you guys like house, go to the Rise stage. And then I would point out Crystal Garden, again, LPGOB, one of my favorite artists. She's absolutely amazing. Honey Love as well. Purple Disco Machine, Solardo, Tom and Collins, all different types of house music, piano house, disco house, tech house, all of it. So that would be up my alley as well. If you guys like techno, you're going to want to go to the Drum Code Takeover, which is Adam Bayer's label. That is at the Atmosphere stage. So techno lovers. The high-low back-to-back Leighton Giordani and Eli Brown. Honestly, that whole stage, like disgusting. So good. So that one's incredible. At the Core stage, this seems to me to be a lot more of that like melodic techno, like chiller kind of vibes, really like international, global sounds. So Dino Lenny is one I would recommend over there. And then for your biggest stages, like the Library, a lot of these are well-known names. So Wax Motif, Oliver Heldens, Blue Claire is one of my favorite tech house artists right now, Sonny Fodera. Honestly, can't go wrong with anyone on the Library stage. And then main stage, of course, you have techno heavyweights like Amelie Lenz and Anfisa Letyago, who are fantastic. Claptone is doing a daybreak session. And I would recommend like probably Tiesto or Vinny Vici, but honestly, I would probably be at a lot of the other stages this day. Moving on to Saturday, keep it going. 100% go to the Afterlife takeover at the Freedom stage. Again, this stage is indoors, crazy LED screens. So you have to see the headliner of it all, Tale of Us, doing their most insane visuals. Camel Fat, Colon, all Anima. Anima is one of the members of Tale of Us. If you guys have seen all the crazy like visual performances that have been happening with these like beautiful like robot designs, like that's Anima. Adriatic is good as well. So I'd spend a lot of time at Freedom stage for sure. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you have a Footworks takeover at the Cage stage, which the Cage one, again, is this like indoor stage. It's very like underground, like warehouse type clubby vibes. This is all heavy, aggressive, hard dance, like the most intense. It's way too much for me, but I feel like it's very like, you know, Netherlands, Belgium, that kind of area. I think you guys would definitely like that. I also want to mention here Todd Terry at the Rise stage, absolute legend in house music, blended a lot of like hip hop influences in New York in the 80s, 90s. He's incredible. Monster Cat is really good. If you guys, a lot of these are American artists, but if you like more of that like melodic bass music, a little bit of dubstep in there, Slander's playing. So I feel like you're gonna get like kind of that like those feels, but also, you know, you can headbang. Monster Cat is always great. The Terra Solis stage with a meme, and I think it's Bedouin, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. That to me is more of that like really, really chill, kind of like mellow, experimental house music. That one's gonna be dope. And then again, moving on, Atmosphere, can't go wrong for techno. Indiro Paganato is fantastic. Rainer Zonneveld, fantastic. And then we also have Core presenting Zamna Takeover, which Zamna is a festival that takes place in Tulum, Mexico. So a lot of these artists, again, are that like really beautiful, soulful, like chiller house, like jungle kind of vibes, very global sounding. And Me is a good one to check out. And then again, you're gonna have your bigger acts on main stage. I would definitely recommend seeing James Hype. I love seeing James Hype. He's fantastic. Laid Back Luke is great. You've got Alesso Afrojack. And then Crystal Garden, I would say Sunnery James and Ryan Marciano are always a good time. And then if you guys are into Martin Garrix, he's presenting a stage takeover. So his Stamped Records is gonna be over at the Library stage, which is a really, really big stage. So plenty of great acts over there if you guys are into that kind of music. All right, moving along, wrapping up with weekend one on Sunday. Again, hard dance lovers, you have a Q Dance takeover at the Freedom stage, so a different genre for that stage. Great artists over there if that's what you guys are into. This 2010-2012 takeover at the Rose Garden sounds up my alley. I'm about it. If I could go see Blaster Jacks and Quintino and Firebeats playing all that kind of like big room music, I think that would just be like a really fun throwback. Then you have 187 presents. A lot of this is drum and bass. Guest is a really good one I would recommend. So if that is up your alley, guys, go see that. Then Euphoria, you have a trance takeover. So all my trance fans, Andrew Rayel, Cosmic Gate, Gareth Emery, Nifra, can't go wrong. I love that you have all of the genres represented at this festival. With 13 stages, you're gonna be able to see whatever it is that you guys want to see. And then moving along, a couple other notable things I would say on here. Main stage again, mix of genres. You've got the Tweekas on there, so some hardstyle representing Nina Kravitz for some more techno. Timmy Trumpet, Vintage Culture. I would absolutely love to see Vintage Culture. That would be a big one for me. One of my favorite artists, Dom Dalla, is playing at the Crystal Garden. I would not be missing that. You've also got Clooney, Patrick Topping, and Eats Everything. Amazing house music artists. That is going to be absolutely fire. Then over at Atmosphere, this whole lineup is incredible. These are very like innovative, different types of like electronic and live acts, multi-instrumentalists, a little bit of deep house. Like you have Black Coffee, Carlita is fantastic, Dixon is amazing, Geist is a live techno act. Like really can't go wrong with anyone in Atmospheres, but it's not going to be that like heavy driving techno day. It's different, so that's pretty cool. And then Smash the House at the Library. Again, you kind of have a mix here. You've got some bass music in there with DJ Diesel. And then again, you've got some like big room kind of sound. So lots of mixes of different types of music there. Overall, really, really incredible weekend one, guys. You have plenty of genres to pick from, amazing artists. So moving on to weekend two, if you guys are going to weekend two, these would be my recommendations. Okay, so there's probably gonna be some repeat artists, but starting on Friday, again, Freedom stage, do not miss Eric Pryd's Hollow. You guys also have a Hilo set at this stage, and Hilo is my other favorite. It's Oliver Heldens' techno alias. Fantastic, so I would probably be posted up at that stage for both of those sets. And then you've also got Footworks again, like I said, super heavy hard dance music. Rampage stage is going to be a lot of your bass music, you guys. You have different dubstep artists, so that is going to be up your alley. Calcium back-to-back Lays, gotta shout out Lays for playing this festival. Jeannie, my girl Jeannie's on here. Lots of dubstep to pick from, so that will be a really fun stage. Then the winter clubbing stage, I didn't recognize a lot of these artists, but a lot of them were more of that like upbeat, nostalgic, almost like big room clubby sounding music. So that's there for you if you guys are into that. Then this Visa takeover at the Rise stage, also didn't recognize a lot of these names. This is super hard techno / hard dance, like super interesting artists on there. There was a mix of acts, very, very interesting sounds coming out of the stage. So I might just pop over there to see what that's like. Then again, we have a Psy Gathering. So this is going to be all of your Psy trance, progressive trance. If you guys are into that, Blastoise is a really, really good one to check out over there. Atmospheres is coming back again. Amazing techno artist, Nina Kravitz, I Hate Models, 9x9. Can't go wrong with any of those artists. Core, I would be interested in this night because it's a Mind Against takeover. So a Meme again is fantastic. Dino Lenny, Mind Against is amazing. So a couple of these artists played weekend 1, but I would definitely go see them weekend 2. And then of course some of the bigger names. So the Library, Cat Dealers I'd recommend for you guys. Mike Williams, Nicky Romero, Offenbach. Can't really go wrong. You've kind of got like a mix of genres on that stage that day. All for House is probably where I would be posted up a lot to see Claptone, Korlova, James Hype, Medusa, Vintage Culture, some of my favorites. And then on main stage on Friday, Purple Disco Machine is fantastic. Medis and Sadko, Hardwell, Domdala, Claptone, can't go wrong. For me personally, I will say looking at all of this, if I'm going all the way over to Tomorrowland in Belgium, I would probably see artists that I can't really see in the United States all the time, that I haven't seen over and over and over again playing the festival circuit. So some of these stage takeovers from, brands and labels from the Netherlands, I'd want to go see that because how often do I get to see Psytrance artists? Not that often. So I would also consider thinking about what you can see more often in the United States versus what would be new and exciting for you guys. So moving on to Saturday. Okay, so Saturday at the Freedom Stage, Adam Beyer and Maceo Plex is going to be amazing. Boris Brecha in concert, would not want to miss that. That is going to be so incredible. So the Hex takeover at the Cage Stage, this is heavy driving techno, a lot of these artists. So if you're into the underground warehouse sweaty club vibes, that's going to be up your alley, you guys. Shack Space All Stars, if you want a lot of dubstep, a lot of heavy bass artists. Whipped Cream, Jessica Audifred, Cranked at Diesel, 12 Planet, definitely go check them out. Defected is doing a takeover. I love Defected label. Ferric Dawn and Gorgon City, absolutely fantastic house music artists, so that's going to be really incredible. What else do we have? Core is doing a takeover with Honey Dijon, absolutely legendary Chicago house artist. So a lot of this floor plan holographic, very groovy, soulful house vibes, a little bit of disco in there as well. Going to be a good time. Again, Atmosphere Stage, can't go wrong. Enrico San Giuliano would be my recommendation there. At the Library, I would say, the Library has a lot of good ones here. So I haven't seen Throttle in years. Throttle, Chami 100%. Pretty Pink is an amazing deep house artist. She is fantastic. Robin Schultz, if I want to get my tropical house vibes in. And Matroda, one of my favorite tech house artists. So good options there. Anjuna Beats. You can't miss the Anjuna Beats takeover at Crystal Garden. Above and Beyond, one of my favorite artists of all time. This is going to be all of your beautiful, beautiful trance vibes. You guys are going to be in your feels with any of these artists, but in particular, Elon Bluestone, Andrew Bayer, Alpha 9, and Above and Beyond would be my picks. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And then on main stage, I feel like Armin van Buuren on main stage at Tomorrowland is the epitome of Tomorrowland to me. I've watched that on the live stream so many years, so I'd have to do that. That's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. So I would definitely go see that. And then of course, Tale of Us on main stage. Would not miss that for the world. All right, fam, we're almost through this. So Sunday of weekend 2, we are going to wrap up the weekend. On the Freedom Stage, you actually have a different type of genre there. So you have Armin playing here, Don Diablo, one of my favorite artists, doing all the future house vibes. I feel like that would be really, really fun. I haven't seen him in a couple years, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. Again, I would say the 2010 to 2012 takeover is something I would just pop over just to see because I think it'd be really fun. You have Detweeka's doing their Tweeka Mania takeover at Euphoria, so that's going to be a lot of your hard style. Darren Styles is great. Detweeka's, all good options over there if you guys are into that. Then this Eve's V sessions, a lot of these artists in here reminded me of that big room, club anthem, uplifting sound. So I don't recognize a lot of those artists, but if you're into that type of music, a lot of them are from Europe as well. I think you guys would like the V sessions takeover. And then Exhale at Atmosphere. Amelie Lenz is a cannot miss. Anna is a cannot miss. They throw down so good. So I would definitely be going to see them. Then you have the Smash the House takeover again at the Library. So again, you have a mix of different acts and genres. Honestly, I probably wouldn't see too many artists over here. If you want some of the bigger names like Timmy Trumpet, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, and Afrojack, if that's your thing, go for it. Actually, I'd go see Paris Hilton. Are you kidding me? I fucking love Paris Hilton. I just want to see her DJ because I think she's awesome. So I'd go see Paris. Crystal Garden, Adriatic, and Like Mike, and Masano. Masano is fantastic. And I've liked Like Mike's music on his own, so I'd probably pop over there. And then lastly, main stage, I would go see Indira Paganato throw the fuck down with heavy, heavy driving techno on main stage. That would be amazing. Mala would be amazing over there as well. And then core, DJ Tennis is fantastic. But again, like, you can't go wrong with any of these artists. DJ Seinfeld, Carlita, all amazing, all different types of house music. So really incredible lineup overall, you guys. I know I threw so much at you, but I hope this helps point you in a direction based on a certain genre that you like. Again, if I didn't mention a stage, it's probably because I don't recognize a lot of the names and I just wanted to cover who I would personally be interested in seeing. But if you didn't watch part 1 of this series, definitely go back and watch it. I did a full breakdown on all of the stages. So when in doubt, you can go based off the stage designs that you like. You can go based off of the stage takeovers by genre. And once we have set times and you see the layout of the map, you'll also be able to figure out who you can even see depending on how far apart the stages are. So a lot of things will go into your decision, but those are definitely the artists that I would personally recommend seeing. If you guys enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing this with a friend. This took lots of hours of research and editing, so I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Fall into you.